Hello everybody. Wanted to touch base today about a couple of shipyard tricks and issues to avoid and to hopefully not fall into the trap of. If a price for a new build, or I guess the same does apply for refit, is too good to be true, it probably is. Don't fall into the trap of thinking that because you've been given this fantastic price, you're going to get the same quality that you were expecting in another shipyard. I touched on this in another video about what makes a good and a bad shipyard, so go back and have a look at that if that's of interest. I'm aware of projects that have completely fallen apart because the negotiating was too aggressive by the owner's team or by the owner. Too good a price was signed upon, and that results in the shipyard not being able to deliver for that price, which eventually is going to cause a conflict. Either a conversation has to be had about providing more money in order to complete the project, or in a worst case scenario, and this has happened, the shipyard ends up going under and going bust. Now that's not to the advantage of the owner or anyone involved in the process. So do be aware of very aggressive pricing and whether people can actually deliver on that. Another trick that some shipyards play is to actually price in delays. So be aware if a very short timeline is offered, that the shipyard hasn't already costed in failure to meet that deadline. So I'm aware of projects that have happened where the shipyard has essentially priced in failure to meet delivery deadlines, and they are already anticipating being late. Now, if a shipyard already knows it's not going to meet its own deadline, or its public deadline, it may have its own deadline in its back pocket, and then there are subsequent delays, we can end up with projects being incredibly late, can be a year late, and again, no one's happy, nobody wins out of this process. So just being aware of aggressive timelines, if these are achievable, and if there's an ulterior motive, or if there's been some sort of pricing kind of negotiation or fluctuation that's gone in there, look out for that. Finally, and again, this goes back to my other video, when we're talking about quality, cost, value, I was told the other day by a lawyer colleague of mine that after they tried to reject a vessel due to certain quality items, and the shipyard turned around and said, this is Italy, you knew what you were buying, this is not a Northern European shipyard. Take that as you will. That is not obviously reflective of all shipyards in Italy. However, if you are paying 25, 30, 40% less in Southern Europe or outside of Europe for a same product that you would buy in Northern Europe, you have to think about what you're actually getting for that quality. Can they deliver that quality? So don't fall into some of those traps, and I hope that was helpful.